All right, trophy time. Time to start the video, right? This is, of course, a challenge video. We are working on challenge, the free-to-play challenges 7, stage 3, task 3. And we're trying to catch 10 different fish species at bear using a picker or feeder rod. And as of this crucian carp trophy, we are now at 7 out of 10. You'll notice we caught a grass carp, an albino barbel, a common carp, a common barbel, a mirror, gibel, crucian. Now, what's the one fish that we're expecting to get here that we haven't gotten here yet? That is the black carp. We're hoping to get a black carp here just for fun, because that would be another fish that I think will come out from this spot. Really quick, let's talk about the things we're using here. We're actually fishing with cranberry pop-up corn on the second and third rod. No PVA, not feeding the water or anything. It's still a very good bite rate, as you can see. So down here, of course, is Cory, but starting here, albino barbel, second fish, obviously on a different setup. I'll show that setup in a second. But look at this bite rate. Really nice, healthy bite rate. And the left rod is what we have the chafer on. Now we do have some old short barbel PVA. I just threw it on because I knew it had some of that fishy stuff that the barbel would like. It's not like the perfect PVA or anything, but it should also be fine. And right off the bat, it caught the albino barbel. So that was the first one I've ever seen. That was pretty cool. Let's see if we can get a black carp out of here. This cranberry setup though, with the cranberry corn and the cranberry dip, it is absolutely going off. Like if you had 3 of these setups and then maybe like PVA on 1 of them or 2 of them, or you know, feeding the water some other way, I would imagine this is just like really good silver right now. It's just really good. But anyway, what we're focused on is getting all these different species of fish. And I guess the point of this for now is that there's just a lot of species that are available right here. We haven't even tried to catch like, you know, a roach or a bleak or, you know, a pike. I mean, there's things we could like lean into and sort of to finish this challenge, but I'm trying to do it on as much as I can just on like carp bait. I want to get one more out of this spot on carp bait. The other thing, if you're working on it at the same time, there's also, while you're working on this one for bear, there's also one that I think you need to get a certain size barbel. Yes, so a 5 kilo barbel at bear. So before I leave this spot, if I can get a black carp, which I don't have to, but I'm going to try a little bit longer. If I can get a black carp, I'll switch all 3 rods to a barbel setup, which I'm using chafers. If you don't have your bait harvesting up to 100%, so if you can't dig chafers yet, then obviously you're going to need to find something else. What is that something else? Honestly, I don't know. I haven't tried anything else because I know the chafers are working. So I'm sure there are. Just check the weeklies. Check different server weeklies under common barbel. You'll find bait options. Sometimes just like fishy small boilies work well. So anyway, I'm going to sit here a little bit longer. We're going to see if we can't. Let's see if this fish actually. Yeah, okay. We're going to see if we can't get a black carp, and then like I said, we'll move all the setups to the chafers. And yeah, that's just another mirror. I guess another thing we haven't had is leather, although I don't know that anyone's really catching leathers very often out of this particular spot. I mean, maybe it's possible, but I haven't. I wasn't like thinking leather. And we don't need leather to count towards the 10. We really don't even need the black carp, to be honest, but I thought it'd be fun to try to get it. And then, like I said, then we'll switch to barbel. Let's see what we can do here. By the way, this is where we are. I don't think I've said where we are. 5531. If you fish bear a lot, you'll know this spot. We are clip 17, which is pretty normal for this spot. There's slightly different clips, but 17 is one of the normal ones for sure. This is definitely not as big of a barbel as we need. So far, barbel is biting on this bait 100%. So this is doing what it's intended to do. But it is pretty slow, only having one rod out there. Cranberry, on the other hand, not slow at all. So clip 17, 55, 31. Well, we just caught a bream. So that puts us at 8 out of 10, and I didn't think about that, but sometimes bream do go for these chafers. So that was not expected, but that does put us one species closer to this challenge. We haven't even moved spots yet. We haven't even tried to catch a tench, golden tench, roach. There's so many other options that we could go after, and we're already at 8 out of 10. I'm not even saying that the way we're going about this is the fastest way. It's definitely been fun, though, and it's all been from one spot with a pretty awesome bite rate. On cranberry on 2 rods also. Cranberry corn on 2 rods, so pretty cool. Just as a quick update here, I have converted all 3 rods to the barbel setup and just got a surprise Chinese sleeper, which now puts us at 9 out of 10 species. I don't think we'll get the 10th one here using the barbel setup, but I mean, I've been wrong. I had forgotten about some of these other possibilities, so who knows? I think it's unlikely, but we're 1 species away, so we're certainly getting close, but I'm also trying to get this 5 kilo barbel before we switch spots or switch setups. Well, there we have it. We actually did catch one more fish on this same setup. So we finished stage 3 of this challenge on an eyed, which did unlock this gift apparently. So let's just look at it really quick. I'm still keeping these setups in at least until the next morning, because I'm still hoping to get a 5 kilo barbel before we do anything different. And honestly, I think we have to catch a golden tench here for a different challenge at Bear. So we kind of got this one done faster than we needed to, I guess is what I'm saying. But this challenge that we have now completed that did this was stage 3, and that was part 3 of stage 3. And yes, the eyed was the final one. So if you think about golden tench, common roach, regular tench, even something like a pike if you wanted to throw in a bait fish, or night crawler, I don't know. I think there's even like rare burbot. I mean, there's so many species at Bear that I wouldn't even think of. This 10 species on feeder or picker is actually quite easy. So anyway, I'm going to give it a little bit more time to see if we get the 5 kilo barbel, but we at least finished this challenge, and it was pretty much a breeze. Almost everything was caught on either chafers, or most of the species were actually caught on the cranberry corn. And then of course you could just use natural baits for a lot of these other fish. Since we last spoke, I mean, I guess I've caught a couple of albinos, but we just haven't gotten that close. 4.062. I guess what I'm saying is, when going for the 5 kilo barbel, potentially could be a little bit of a grind. Now you could get lucky and one-shot it. I mean, that just happens in these challenges, right? One person will sit here for an hour or two, and the best you'll do is catch a 4 kilo barbel like I have, and then somebody else will come here and third fish in will be a trophy or whatever. So we don't need a trophy, we just need 5 kilo. But I think let's go just sell some fish. I mean, remember, and I know this video has been pretty short, so you probably haven't forgotten, But most of the fish I caught in this spot, and certainly the way that I primarily finished that that challenge, was with these cranberry corn and cranberry and spices dip or whatever. I did not use PVA. The bite rate was still tremendous. And most of these species that we made up, our 10 species, were caught on that, although we did catch 3 or so on the chafers. Again, there are other baits you could use besides chafers for that. To be fair, barbel and albino barbel were a part of ours. If you don't have baits that seem to be targeting the barbel species, then you may have to go, you know, easily catch the roach or the tench. And again, eventually we're going to need a golden tench as well. But 760, I mean, this is a good spot for silver. Let's go down to where we started fishing here after Quarry, which would be right here. 656 silver. Very nice. How long have we been here, though? Just over 2 hours. Still, though, it's really good silver. Really good. Are these albinos worth a lot? Oh, they are. Imagine if you caught a decent sized one. Those are worth a ton. All right, that's awesome. That's really cool. I've been impressed. At least so far, the few challenges I've kind of focused on, we've actually been making pretty decent silver at the same time, which is nice. Let's see if we have one more fish on. I don't think we do, so I guess we're going to wrap it up here. I'll make sure, but I don't think we've gotten any bites. I mean, I've probably just about fished this spot out. I mean, bear, after a couple hours, a spot at bear is not going to be looking great. So anyway, we'll finish this up for now. Just as a reminder, the main task we have completed here is this one, Stage 3, Task 3. Now we are trying to get the 5 kilo barbel. We haven't seen that yet. Hopefully we will, maybe tomorrow. We are also, at some point, I was gonna switch to the golden tench, but I think I'm gonna call it tonight, both on this video as well as just the fishing I'm doing. So I'm gonna go get some sleep, but certainly a good spot, this 5531 clip 17, good spot for doing at least the 10 species. Maybe not the best spot, or for me at least, not very reliable on the trying to get the size, but just in terms of catching the right species, this was great. This was actually really good. All right, as always, thanks for watching Tight Lines. I'll see you next time.